Hello everyone, welcome to a new thing that I'm going to be doing monthly. This is a review of WWE Survivor Series, so it's wrestling. If you don't like wrestling, if you don't like wrestling, this is obviously not for you. Unless you like seeing me rage and just see my arms flailing everywhere, because there'll be a decent chunk of raging in it, to be perfectly honest. I'm going to be doing this monthly for each of the pay-per-views. A lot of people have asked for this. Like, it's not just one person or I just want to do it. Wrestling is kind of a thing that I love, and a lot of people have asked me to do reviews, so here we go. Let's see. I've got the results up on my my computer so I can just look through it, because I wouldn't be able to remember off by heart. So, firstly, let me tell you about my experience with Survivor Series. I went to a small pub a little while away in Wolverhampton. About 30 people there, really quite good atmosphere. Thought quite a few people might get into a fight over who they liked or not, which, excuse me, I'm not sure if is good or not. You know, I love it when people have passion for wrestling. So this was great, you know, passion all mixed in, and I was able to just be really happy at the end. So that was my experience. It was good, different as well. Now I'm gonna get to the match. We got the first one, which was a traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series match with a bunch of guys and a fucking bunch of guys. And this is where my first rage comes in. I fucking hate Survivor Series matches. They are fucking pointless. And it's very, very, very hard to make them mean something. And let me just... it's very hard to get 5 people against 5 people in a story. And what I mean by this is, this match with, who is it? Rey Mysterio, Sin Cara, Tyson Kidd, Justin Gabriel, and Brodus Clay against primetime players Primo, Epico, and Tensai. This match meant nothing, because there was no story between the guys. It was just a bunch of good guys versus a bunch of bad guys. This didn't mean anything. The fact that someone won, I can't remember who won, it doesn't mean anything. It was just a wrestling match. And sometimes there's nothing wrong with that, but on a pay-per-view, especially one of the big 4 pay-per-views, this is wrong. And I don't think that making the Survivor Series matches mean nothing is a good thing. I mean, Survivor Series is one of the big 4 pay-per-views. So, I think, really, they should have the Survivor Series mean something. Like, I've always thought the matches should be like, maybe the winners get to be in the Royal Rumble. Even that, it's a bit, that's a bit tough. I remember one year they had, with the final match, it was Randy Orton's team versus Triple H. It must have been 2004. And the winning team got to run Raw for a month. And it went, someone had a turn, Randy Orton had a turn, someone had a turn, someone had a turn. Each of these guys put themselves in the main event of that night for the title against Triple H. I think it was Triple H. And that worked really well. It meant something happened. I really thought Triple H was going to win that year, but no, Randy Orton did. I'm backtracking a bit here, but I'm just trying to show you how these matches mean fuck all and how you can make them better. Of course that was a main event, and of course you can't do anything that big every time. But this is a fucking big event. You can't have random fucking matches. And on this card, I think there are 2. I'm not sure. Anyway, this match was good. It was fine. You know, people did things, people flew around, Sin Cara botched a bit. Rey Mysterio flew around, he did a 619, and people jumped off top ropes. That's about it. That's all this match is. I have a problem with it, but it's fine from a technical standpoint. Alright, let's move on, because I'm going to fucking rage more at the Survivor Series. Divas Champion Eve versus Caitlyn. Usually with women's matches, they will put the women's match between both the title matches, because they'll have these, you know, the World Heavyweight title match. People are cheering, yeah, woo, this is great, and shit. And then, you know, everyone's going to be up here. they can't put the WWE title match next to it because everyone is going to be cheering. It's going to be like up here. People will get tired. So what you got to do: world title match, women's match, WWE title match. Because no one really cares about the women. I know it's harsh to say, but no one does. You look at the crowd, no one cheers really. So you go up, you come down, you get a rest. Well, WWE title is great. It's all coming back. It was very strange to see the women's title so early in the night. I think something happened backstage. Oksana attacked Caitlyn again. Anyway, the match. Eve won. I liked the ending. Eve backed up, begged Caitlyn not to hurt her, and then she did pulled a Ric Flair and hurt her a bit, and then just finished her off. It's just normal bad guy, bad girl. Sorting out. It was okay. It was actually a good women's match for a women's match, but it didn't really mean much. All right, next. United States Champion Antonio Cesaro versus R-Truth. Oh baby, I fucking love Antonio Cesaro, guys. Seriously. Firstly, if you've never heard his music, for a bad guy, go and look Antonio Cesaro music. I'm waiting. No, seriously, go now. Did you see it? Did you see it? Oh my god, it's so good. It's just it's so good. It's like an impending doom. You hear dun, dun. It's just kind of impending doom, and then it's just really cool. It's really good. The guy is gold. He's strong. In the match, he's just got R-Truth. He picks him up, and in wrestling, picking up, they help them. They'll jump with them or something. This guy picks R-Truth up. He's dead weight. He's just holding him like this for a while, and he's like, just fucking flops him down on the floor. He is strong as all fuck. He's really, really good in the ring, and I just like him. He's just got something about him I adore, other than his music. He's really good. In this match, Cesaro beats Truth. I think one of the problems with Antonio Cesaro is he's a bit of not a cheat in that way. He's a bit of a cheat as far as storylines go, because it's very, 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 very easy to not have him in a storyline. And how I say this is, it's very easy to have him come out, he's a foreigner, say bad things about America, everyone boos him, put him against a good guy, people will care. Well, the casual fans will care. And this is a very, very easy way of not having him in a real storyline, where he's doing something real. And yeah, that's the downfall of his character, is he's very easy to get cheap heat, but not real heat. Sorry if you're watching for the first time, wrestling fans, and you don't understand what heat is. Heat is when you get booed. But yeah, I fucking love him. He beats R-Truth. I think R-Truth even hit the lie detector on him, and he just I think he no-sold it or something. R-Truth goes for the scissors kick, gets uppercutted and neutralized. Fucking love that finisher. It's so good. Looks like he's grabbing his dick though. Something else I have a problem with. I was thinking back to, and I'll always go back to old wrestling, Attitude Era, other places, and just say this is where they did good, they should do it again. And I'm not the kind of guy who says the Attitude Era is great because there was so much shit going on. Attitude Era is great. This is 1999, no, 98 to about 2000-ish. Those were great because every fucking thing that happened had a story, or it was just really fun. And what I mean by this is, and I'll go back, there was fucking, I think it was No Mercy of 1999 or something. Mark Henry versus D'Lo Brown for the European Championship. If you don't remember the European Championship, it was lower than the US title, lower than the Intercontinental. It was the low title. D'Lo Brown versus Mark Henry. And they had a storyline about it. Mark Henry had to lose weight. D'Lo Brown was trying to help him out, And Mark Henry turned on him because, I don't know, he's too fat or something. And you know what? I think this started the show of that pay-per-view. Mark Henry comes out, booed like fuck. D'Lo Brown comes out, yeah, baby. And D'Lo Brown beats Mark Henry in a good match. Everyone cheers. I fucking cheered. I loved it. And that's what you need to do. Fucking, it doesn't take a brain surgeon. That's a fucking good storyline. Do it again. And that goes back to the thing I want to say about Antonio Cesaro. It's very easy not to have him in storylines, which means he can't progress as a character. You know, he's just going to come out and say, I don't like America, bitches. And everyone will boo him, which sucks. Anyway, getting off track a bit. Still your United States champion, Antonio Cesaro. Okay. AJ offers evidence to Vicky Guerrero, Tamina. Okay. I've got a few problems with this. Okay, if any of you have been watching Raw for the past fucking month, AJ got like fired or something from being general manager for fucking John Cena or something. And Vicky Guerrero's like, I've got evidence that you're fucking John Cena. And AJ's like, no you haven't. And you know, Vicky's like, there you go. And Vicky shows off, I don't know, picture of them at dinner. And then a picture of them coming out of an elevator together being all like, ooh. And then it's like, kind of, you know, you think, eh. And then there's phone messages of her being like, John, you drive me crazy. John, we can't keep doing this. And it's like, the commentators and everyone's just like, oh, Vicky Guerrero, she's slandering. Oh, so much slander. And it's like, I'm thinking, anyone? Does no one actually, there's a lot of evidence here. It's kind of damning, it's kind of conclusive proof. Is anyone going to listen to Vicky Guerrero? No, she's a bad guy. Oh, John Cena would never do anything that bad. You know, and she brings up a good argument. AJ Lee gets all really upset and wants to fucking slap her, and the Dolph Ziggler comes out and fucking John Cena, and they fight. And anyway, this segment, AJ comes out, and this fucking, I was like, exploding at this shit. AJ comes out, calls out Vicky Guerrero, says, I know that Vicky Guerrero's been fraternizing with other people. And I'm like, okay, she's obviously got some fucking evidence of her fucking Dolph Ziggler. You know? It's obvious, you know? It works both ways. And AJ comes out and she says, look at this! And she's fucking photoshopped like, fucking Vicky Guerrero eating a burrito with fucking Ricardo Rodriguez. And then she's photoshopped JR and... Oh, God, my head. Just no one has a fucking right. No, seriously. I'm not that guy who goes on fucking wrestling websites and says, oh, I really think that you should do this. And then they do this, and then The Rock comes in, then Stone Cold Steve Austin comes in, and then it's all good, and then they have a 6-man Hell in a Cell match. Seriously, I'm not that guy. But I know how to write better than this. What you do, in this situation, instead of having AJ come out with some fucking bullshit Photoshop, make it kind of like she's faked something that could be fake between her and Ziggler. Vicky and Ziggler hang out all the time. It's the logical way. Why did they go with a Photoshop? Can no one... I mean... Also, this makes AJ look like a fucking retard. No, look, Vicky's got all this damning evidence that is actually legit. AJ comes out and says, oh, I've got some evidence. Shows Photoshop pictures, really badly photoshopped. She's like, look at that, I can do it too. And it's like, is no one going to call this bitch on her bullshit? Oh, I'm like... And Jerry Lawler's like, Vicky Guerrero is being all slandered. And no one is fucking calling this shit. It's like, AJ, you know? It's pretty damning evidence. Have you got alibis for these days? Are you just going to come out with, don't you fuck John Cena? Best things next night, forgot about this. On Raw last night, yeah? Vicky's out in the ring with fucking AJ. She's like, there's a lot of fucking damning evidence. What you showed last night was nothing. John Cena comes out, duh, duh. He's like, I hope you don't mind, AJ. Fucking kisses her, he's like, nah. You know, tongues and everything. And Vicky's like, and then AJ kissed him again. It's like, okay, did that change anything? Oh, okay, you have been kissing then. Is that what you're coming out and saying? then Vicky's evidence was right and she was rightfully terminated as general manager. It's just fucking... If you actually go through it and look and fucking with an objective mind, which apparently the commentary team does not have, and with an objective mind you're like, well, she probably was fucking Cena, you know? And I don't know why I'm even talking about this, because I don't care about it. I would rather just skip this bit. But the fact that I've watched it, and the fact that I've seen it, and the fact that it makes no fucking sense, and I could write it better, and you know, you wouldn't have to hurt anyone, you wouldn't have to do anything like that. I could write it better, it wouldn't hurt anyone, it would make things more logical, everyone would probably enjoy it better. You know, I could do it. I could fucking do that. Can I get a spot on there? Anyway, next match. Alright. Sheamus defeats World Heavyweight Champion Big Show by disqualification. This... Okay. 2 months ago, I think we had the last match of the Alberto Del Rio Sheamus feud. And that was fucking terrible. In fact, Sheamus' entire reign has been pretty bad. Just because he's fucking bigger Superman than John Cena. Anyway. So that happens, and then I'm like, well, who's Sheamus gonna feud with next? I'm thinking. And then, well, it's a Big Show, and it's like, oh shit, no. I usually hate Big Show matches. I usually hate Sheamus matches. When I saw they were together, I was like, no! Falling into a black abyss, you know. Last month at Hell in a Cell, they had probably one of the best matches of the year. I was on the edge of my seat. I was so fucking happy when Big Show beat Sheamus. It was a fucking amazing match. It really was. And they finished it just exactly how it should have finished. With the Big Show sidestepping the bro kick and clock right on the fucking chin. And this is the rematch for that. Let's see. The one problem I had with this, and it would have made me fucking... It would have killed me. I usually bet on wrestling. There's one website that allows you to bet on wrestling. Don't think they figured out it's fake and scripted yet. But I would have bet on Big Show for this. Because I was thinking, oh, I think Big Show's keeping the title a bit longer, you know? He's only had a month. So I would have bet on that. And the way this match finished was the Big Show is in the corner. Sheamus goes for brogue kick. He's like, runs up, foot in the air, and Big Show just grabs the referee like, right in front of him. Referee takes fucking boot to the face. Oh, it's great. You should see it in slow motion. It's like, it's amazing. And you see the ref on the floor. His face is all red. He got the front end of that brogue kick. Anyway. Sheamus is down, he's like, oh no, referees come out, trainers coming out, and I was like, I guess they're going to finish the match like that, it's just going to be a no contest. Big Show's cocking up the punch, and I'm like, oh my god, Big Show's going to beat him again! Big Show, fucking cocks him. He's down, goes for the pin, random referee that's there, counts 1, 2, 3. So Big Show wins. I'm like, happy as Larry, I'm thinking in the pub, oh, I wish I'd bet on that, I was going to go for Big Show. About 5 minutes later, the referee goes, oh no, reverse the decision. And then you hear, Big Show has been disqualified. And if I would have bet on Sheamus there, on Big Show there, I would have been fucking fuming that Sheamus won by disqualification. 5 minutes after I think, that money's in my back pocket. I don't think they needed to disqualify Big Show there. I really don't. Because if you didn't know, if you get disqualified, you keep your title. I've always thought that was kind of a broken mechanic, but yeah, if you get disqualified, you keep your title. So it didn't really matter who won. So I don't know why they didn't just let Sheamus win, because he cheated. You know, he cheated to win. That's how bad guys fucking win. So I don't know why they had to say, oh, Sheamus won. And then Sheamus fucking wails on Big Show about fucking 50 times with the chair. I feel bad for that guy. Sheamus is just like, fucking wailing on the chair. It's a real chair, you know, guys. It's not fucking fake. That's not fake. He's fucking wailing with the chair. He's not on his head, but it hurts. Fucking does it 30 times, fucking thing's bent. It's like, please stop, I can fucking see the pain in his face. It's like, okay, calm down, man. You don't have, we get it. You hit him a few times with a chair. You're gonna have a chairs match next turn at TLC. Okay, that's fine. You don't need to kill him. But yeah, this was a good match. I liked the ending, except for the fact that they had to disqualify Big Show. I don't really think that was necessary, but whatever. Okay. We're going to go down. The next match is Team Ziggler versus Team Foley. And Team Ziggler is... Who is it? It was Ziggler, Del Rio, Wade Barrett, Damien Sandow, David Otunga. Oh, God. Versus Randy Orton, The Miz, Kofi Kingston, Daniel Bryan, and Kane. Couple of things that I loved about this match. No, I'm going to go with the things I hated first. The thing I hate about this match, there was no fucking build. There was no build. This is, I think they were fucking building this as the second main event. In fact, this came after the Big Show match, so I'd imagine it is. So they're like, Mick Foley, he's got a team! And he's not on it. I don't know why they didn't have Mick Foley on the team. It really bothers me. I know he's broken down. I know he can barely walk. But they've had Bret Hart in a match before. In one of these kind of matches, it was a 7-on-7. You know what they did with him? They used the sharpshooter, you know? Turn him over, get someone to tap out, and then, I don't know, he got disqualified with a chair or something. He didn't have to take any bumps, didn't have to get hurt. So Mick Foley could have done that. And, you know, then you're like, Mick Foley match for the first time in... I don't know how long. You know, everyone loves Mick Foley. So, it's like, firstly, Foley's not in the match. Therefore, it doesn't fucking matter. Dolph Ziggler wins. Oh, okay. Or Mick Foley's team wins. Oh, Mick Foley's going to go, yay, let's go get a drink. Seriously. At least if Mick Foley's in the match, you know, Ziggler and Foley are going to fight. You know, they're going to get their hands on each other. Something's going to happen. But in this situation, it's just fucking proxies for Mick Foley. So it really doesn't matter if Mick Foley wins. And there's no other story between the other guys. I mean, who else is in the match? Del Rio kind of has a thing going with Randy Orton, which kind of doesn't matter. Kane and Daniel Bryan are in this match. And I guess it was between Damien Sandow and Cody Rhodes who got injured. So I guess that kind of works. Dolph Ziggler and The Miz, I guess, were kind of... No one is really feuding, and that is the fucking problem. No one. Fucking... Making me mad. I have a fucking man crush on The Miz, by the way. I fucking love this guy. He is what I have a kind of thing where... like, a lot of people like real wrestling, you know, where it's just like big fucking people tying each other up, submission moves, flying over the ropes, really fast-paced action. And a lot of people like entertainment, like The Rock or John Cena, you know, just kind of like a very flashy moveset, like Hulk Hogan or The Ultimate Warrior, where not much wrestling, but like lots of charisma and stuff. I think The Miz is right perfectly on my cusp of what I like a wrestler to be. Like, he's so good on the microphone, and he's decent enough in the ring. I just love him. He's just, oh, guys, man crush, fucking, I just gush about him right now. People who know me in real life, who've ever talked to me about wrestling, know how much I fucking love this guy. He's got the nicest coat as well. I would fucking buy that off eBay. Guys, if you want to buy me that coat off eBay, very come subscribe and buy it for me. No, it doesn't exist on eBay. The Miz has been going through kind of a transition to a good guy, but I'm not sure how they're going to go with it. I don't know if it's going to affect how much I love him, because I don't know if he's going to go all corny like John Cena with the poo-poo jokes. But yeah, I love The Miz. This match, at the beginning, it kind of didn't really matter. Kane was first eliminated, which I thought was weird. Got eliminated by Ziggler, but it was just because Daniel Bryan and him fucking fought for a while, you know. It's just, they're still doing that thing. I loved that Kane and Daniel Bryan entered as one, as a team. I'm not sure if they did that, excuse me. I'm not sure if they did that for time constraints, or because they wanted to show they were a team. Because Daniel Bryan's been a bit like overly attached girlfriend lately with Kane, which has been really funny. So I'm not sure what they're doing there. But this match, good. Actually, much better than I expected, with no build, with no real storyline behind it, with no solid foundation. Kane goes out first, bunch of shit happens, and it's down to Miz and Randy Orton versus Ziggler and who else? I think it was Del Rio. And Miz goes out, and Del Rio. It's Ziggler and Orton. Fuck. In the end, and Orton hits the DDT, and he's going for the punt, and he hasn't gone for this for a long time. In fact, it's been banned. He said so on his Twitter. He hasn't gone for it since he said that on his Twitter, and he's going for the punt. He's getting all evil and shit, and runs up to him, and Ziggler clocks him with a fucking super kick. And I didn't think that'd keep Orton down, but it did. Not sure if he's going for the super kick as his finisher, but yeah. Also, Dolph Ziggler did some weird fucking flip in the match. He's just like flying around the ring. The guy could sell like, I don't know, he could sell carriages to a guy who doesn't have a car. But that's kind of a thing I really have a problem with Ziggler's fucking selling of thing. He, like, you tap him on the back and he's like, oh, I'm hurt. You know? If you've ever seen Dolph Ziggler, you'll know what I mean. And it kind of makes, you know, it's a bit silly. You know, overselling is a bit silly. And it makes me, you know, when I'm watching wrestling, I kind of turn off my brain and kind of pretend it's real. And I can do that. It's like in a movie. You turn your brain off, think it's real, you know? It's just a thing. But when Dolph Ziggler's doing things like that, when things aren't believable, your brain kind of switches off and says, oh, that was kind of stupid. And I hate having to do that. And Dolph Ziggler kind of does that to me. Oh my god. Alright. Now we are on to the main event, baby. CM Punk versus Ryback versus John Cena. I'm a massive Punk fan. Have been for a while. I love how much Punk gives. People hate Punk right now. He is just so perfect right now. He's such a good bad guy. I've loved him for years. I think since like 2009, like WrestleManias, you're just like yeah, fighting Rey Mysterio and Orton and flying into RKOs, and you're like, no. You know, I love the guy. When the Summer of Punk happened at Money in the Bank and stuff like that, that was amazing. It was great. I was so like the other matches I didn't really care about. This match, my heart was in this one. I was begging. I was like, please don't do this, because I'll give you a couple of backstories. Firstly, 364 days, the amount of days Punk held the title up to that point. I thought this is actually kind of the perfect time for them to take it away from him. You know, he was 1 day from a year, and he's probably never going to get that again. Other thing, if he retains here, if CM Punk retains the title, he's probably going to the Royal Rumble, which is in January, versus The Rock. And now, think about this. About 400 odd days versus The Rock. You get it? Fucking massive title reign, and The Rock's going to end it. That's what I think is going to happen. I think The Rock's going to beat him, and it's going to be great. He's going to go to WrestleMania and defend that title. The problem is, I kind of worried that WWE weren't willing to go with CM Punk versus The Rock. I thought maybe, fuck, they're going to think, we can cash in on this again. John Cena defeats CM Punk, and then John Cena versus The Rock too, you know? So I was really worried that they had that mentality, and thank fuck they didn't do it. In this match, really good match. One thing I really had a real problem with, Ryback was in the STF, the STFU. And he looked in pain and stuff. He was like this, and CM Punk's nowhere to be seen. He's going to the top rope, and he does an elbow drop onto both of them. That was fine. Problem I have with it is, Ryback is supposed to be this fucking monster, you know, absolute beast. I don't think John Cena should have been able to keep that locked in. I think Ryback should have been able to break it. And that does not do anything in terms of killing John Cena, because he breaks the STF. That's fine. He has the FU, the attitude adjustment, to kill him that way. He can beat him. It doesn't hurt John Cena any. So I really think that was a perfect opportunity to say, oh my god, no one's ever broken out of the STFU, you know? But Ryback just lays there, takes it, because John Cena doesn't want to fucking look weak or anything, and Punk elbows him. Now, the finish of the match, we'll go on to the finish. Ryback hits the shell shock on John Cena. Actually, he hit the shell shock on Punk a little while back, and then John Cena goes to the FU and gets shell shocked by Ryback. Ryback goes to the pin, 3 guys in black come out. And I have no fucking clue who these guys are. I don't watch NXT. They're beating the shit out of the guy, no one knows what's going on. They put Ryback through a table. Another time I'm at the place, I'm not online. If I was online, I would have been like, oh shit. These guys are Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Dean Ambrose. Now the third guy I just mentioned is a fucking internet darling. He is what Daniel Bryanson, or Bryan Danielson, or whatever the fuck his name is. Daniel Bryan was a few years ago the best wrestler in the world, the person who should be main eventing WrestleMania. The internet has been behind him for like 6 months, and I knew at that point they fucking crashed the wrestling for him. Like, they actually did. They crashed the wrestling for him when he debuted. Like, this guy is so loved by the internet that people have been saying, oh, he should debut against CM Punk, beat CM Punk, and then beat John Cena, and then he can go against The Rock. Seriously, people have been saying this shit. And I'm like, dude, he's just a guy. I mean, he can be good and shit. I mean, that's fine. Daniel Bryan's good. CM Punk's good. I've never seen it, so I can't really say anything. But he's an internet darling, and he finally debuted. So when I heard that it was him, when I heard the commentary, I was like, oh shit, it's him. I've heard about him. But other than that, you know, they put Ryback through the table, and CM Punk is crawling. He's so slow. He's just like crawling, arm over Cena. 1, 2, 3. You have no idea how much I thought John Cena was kicking out at that point, and how much I screamed, yes! And you got to understand, a lot of these people in this pub looked very scary and looked like really big Ryback fans. And I was willing to scream, yes! And risk getting killed for fucking cheering for CM Punk. So Punk retains, and it's I'm so happy! I'm like, yes, 365, baby! And not only 365, 380. The number of days John Cena held it in his reign of fucking terror in 2006, I think it was. After he beat Edge. So he's going to have the longest reign in the modern era. Like, the only ones ahead of him are like Hulk Hogan and Bruno Sammartino and Bob Backlund and Randy Savage. Like, there are not many ahead, and they're all from the old era. So this is good. This is good. He's going to be higher than John Cena in that respect. So it's great. I just love wrestling, guys. You can tell. So I think that's it. Is that everything? Yeah, that's everything. I liked what it did, actually. I liked... firstly, the shell shock kills people now, apparently. Punk got hit by it and he was out the ring. He had to crawl, you know, he had to... John Cena got hit by the shell shock, he was down for 2 minutes. The shell shock kills people. I like that. I like that his finishing move is that devastating. Ryback lost again, but it didn't make him look bad. He didn't even take the pin. Those guys put him through the table. Didn't even, they could have killed him in the ring, made Punk pin him. No. They made sure to keep Ryback unstoppable. And I love that. I love that. What else? Also, makes CM Punk look like a cheating fuck. And I love it. I mean, God, it brings out so much emotion in people when I say that shit. I had someone comment on my videos saying that they're going to unsubscribe if I said I liked CM Punk, and I love that. People fucking love wrestling, and they've got such a big opinion on it. I fucking adore it, and I just fucking love wrestling, guys. Anyway, I'm going to fucking wrap this up. I hope you've enjoyed this. I enjoy doing this for you guys. I'll see you guys around. I'll do this for... I guess the next time I'll be doing this is TLC, which is November-ish? No, December-ish, sorry. And then the Royal Rumble. So